My name is Harold Nugent. I work for Cornell Cooperative Extension here in Onondaga County. Today we're at Maxwell Park and we're going to talk a little bit about ticks. Ticks are a parasite. They feed on blood much like a mosquito. The main concern that we have when being bitten is passing of disease. The two main ticks that we're concerned about here in upstate New York are the black-legged tick or the deer tick and the Lone Star tick. The black-legged tick or deer tick is most commonly known for carrying Lyme disease. The Lone Star tick is a tick that's moved from the southern portion of the United States, but the large concern with that is an allergy to red meat that it can pass along. So when you're out in the field looking at trees, areas to keep track of are areas with a lot of leaf litter, as well as small plants that are starting to grow up, and also larger shrubbery. We have a small tree here next to a grouping of larger trees and some down branches as well. All of these are areas that ticks commonly are because there's a lot of animal movement here. The leaf litter is someplace that the ticks might overwinter or go through their molting phases. So anytime you're traveling through an area that has space for a tick to crawl up, that's an area to be concerned about ticks. Ticks don't jump, they don't fly, they don't fall from trees. So you really have to be looking for areas where a tick could get up a little bit off the ground and then grab onto you as you walk by. So I'm here with my colleague Sierra. She's just for a day of field work.
So the first thing you want to do is tuck your pants into your socks. That way when the ticks get on you and they start crawling up, they can't get inside of any of your clothes. That's why you also want to tuck your shirt into your pants. And throughout the day you want to check yourself for ticks. That's why it's nice to wear light colored clothes like white socks. That way you can see the ticks up against them.
Another thing you can do is wear repellent, such as your everyday bug spray or permethrin. Permethrin is something that you can spray on your clothes beforehand to create a long-lasting bug repellent effect. There's a lot of old wives' tales about how best to remove a tick, such as burning it off, using Vaseline, pouring alcohol. None of those are particularly safe. They agitate the tick and make it more likely that the tick will release some disease that might be carrying into you. There's only really one good way to remove a tick, and that's by grabbing it by the head and quickly removing it. So if you were to have a tick, say, here on your arm, you would take your pair of fine-tipped tweezers, go on either side of the head, pinch tightly, and quickly remove it. That makes sure that you remove the whole tick, but you don't disturb the back end where it's carrying any blood and any disease that it might have. If you do end up getting bit by a tick and you remove it the way that we just talked about, the best thing you can do after that is put it in a Ziploc bag or saran wrap and put it in the freezer. That not only kills the tick, but also preserves it for testing later. If you reach out to your healthcare provider, they can decide on the best course of action. They might test the tick, or they might just give you an antibiotic for Lyme disease as a prophylactic.